Criminal, criminal, criminal. Every single day, my neighbor Victoria is out there yelling that word at me like I'm knocking over a bank or something. And the truth is, all I'm doing is walking up to my own front door with my briefcase in hand, keys jangling, tie half undone, trying to survive another Monday. But to her, I might as well be on America's Most Wanted. I mean, she's shaking, calling the cops, pointing, the whole 9 yards, and all because I'm unlocking my house. And if you're thinking, man, something's really off here, believe me, I was right there with you. So yeah, this is Kevin Parker, 45, software architect, working from home. Nothing fancy, but enough to keep the lights on and the mortgage paid. Julie, my wife, pulls long night shifts at the hospital. So most nights, it's just me rattling around this house we bought 3 weeks ago. Picked it on purpose because there's no HOA. Yeah, you heard that right. No neighborhood drama, no busybodies, no Karen with a clipboard. Or so I thought. Let me tell you, life's got a way of flipping you inside out when you least expect it. My plan to avoid HOA insanity? Torched, thanks to a 17-year-old with eyes too old for his face and a mom who's running the HOA next door like she's sheriff of a one-horse town. So here's how it all started. Monday night, Julie's working late, and I'm checking the mailbox, minding my own business, when I find this antique brass key wrapped up like it's some priceless artifact. Not my key, but it looks a lot like it belongs in my front door. No note, nothing, just this heavy old key that's got a warmth to it despite the chilly air. I'm standing there, turning it over in my hand, thinking, well, what the hell? Let's see if it fits. And of course it fits. Too perfectly. The lock turns smooth as you please, and just as I'm about to step inside, I hear it. Her voice, sharp as a siren. Criminal, stop. You're breaking into someone's house. I whirl around, and there she is, storming across her lawn. HOA badge glinting, clipboard cocked like a weapon, hair all business, and this look in her eye that says she's ready to take me down herself if the cops don't show. I try to explain. This is my house. I live here. I pay the bills. But she's not buying any of it. She's glaring at me like I'm the Zodiac killer, telling me I don't belong here. And just as I'm thinking I've landed in the wrong dimension, something shifts. Victoria sees the brass key in my hand, and it's like she's seen a ghost. She goes from full-on rage to pale, terrified, backing away, whispering, "It's back. It found me again." Now, if that doesn't send a chill down your spine. She starts calling for her son, Tyler, turns out, and tells him to get away from me because I have it. And then Tyler shows up, calm as can be, 17 years old, handling the situation like he's the only adult in the room. "Mom, it's fine. Just a neighbor with a lost key. Nothing to worry about." The kid's got this way about him, talking her down with this steady, soothing voice, like he's done this 100 times. He's polite, apologetic, and when he asks me to put away the key, because it triggers his mom, I do it. But something in the way he welcomes me to the neighborhood makes my skin prickle, like he's got the whole playbook memorized, and I'm just the next chapter. The next morning, I look out the window and see what looks like a small army setting up in my yard. Official vehicles, uniforms, measurement tools. Victoria's marching around like General Patton, leading a building inspector, code officer, and a community standards assessor, which, come on, sounds made up, but apparently carries weight around here. She's built a whole case against me. Charts, photos, timestamps. The woman's been surveilling me like I'm Walter White. And get this, she announces, mandatory compliance review of problematic resident behavior. I try to protest. I never joined any HOA. But she's ready. Suspicious activity supersedes individual consent. The neighbors are gathering, phones out, live streaming. Because, of course, nothing pulls a crowd like suburban drama at 7 a.m. Tyler's filming the whole circus, cool as ice, getting every angle. He apologizes again, says his mom's been stressed. And then I'm hit with a violation list. Grass height, mailbox noncompliance, missing placard, unauthorized door access, $900 worth of made-up fines for, existing. But then there's a twist. Tyler, who's supposed to be just a kid, is sharing family photos, managing his mom's crisis, explaining her trauma to anyone who'll listen. And it works. The neighbors start seeing Victoria less as a tyrant and more as a woman hanging on after a rough divorce. Tyler builds sympathy, and the live stream goes viral. 50,000 views in hours. Suddenly, I'm the villain, Victoria's the hero, and Tyler's the peacemaker. But the weirdness doesn't stop. Tyler comes by with official documents, warns me his mom's planning legal escalation. He explains everything: hospitalization after the divorce, lawsuits, how she won, but it didn't heal her. Trauma made her hypervigilant. He talks like someone twice his age. Julie, she picks up on it, notices how Tyler handles all the family business, tracks details, seems almost too perfect. And the more I think about it, the more it feels off. Then there's Robert, the dad. Tyler suggests I meet him, says maybe Robert can help mediate. So I do. The guy's a high-powered attorney, office full of awards, but he seems genuinely concerned. He gives me legal strategies, psychiatric reports, offers to help Victoria get real support instead of fighting neighbors. Tyler's involved in everything: formatting documents, building our case. Robert and Tyler are efficient, coordinated, and I keep telling myself, well, maybe this is just how high-functioning families handle things. Julie's not convinced. She says their responses are clinical, practiced, almost manipulative. And that's when the cracks really start to show. Tyler's got details about our property he shouldn't know, reacts with this weird, fleeting disappointment when Victoria apologizes for overreacting, like he wants her unstable. I catch him up late, journaling, documenting. It's starting to feel less like family stress and more like an operation. Saturday, after a series of unsettling encounters, I get a text from an unknown number. Check your property deed tonight before it's too late. The message vanishes. Julie, spooked, insists we check everything. And you know what we find? We've been living at 1247 Maple, but our deed says 1248. For 3 weeks, I've been unlocking and walking into Victoria's house, thinking it's mine. It hits me like a punch. Every morning, every evening, I was the intruder, the criminal. Victoria's terror? Completely justified. Tyler? He's been recording everything. Me breaking in, Victoria's panic, building a case while letting the whole neighborhood paint her as unstable. And then comes the masterstroke. Tyler drops the nice kid act, reveals surveillance footage, calls the neighbors together, exposes the truth. I'm the trespasser. Victoria was right to panic. The community's sympathy whiplashes from me to her. Tyler's been orchestrating the whole thing, playing everyone, documenting every step, building a psychological dossier not just on his mom, but on the whole block. But he's not done. He reveals the real game. His dad's been training him, teaching him manipulation, psychological warfare, how to use family trauma as a weapon. Tyler's proud of it. He shows me Victoria's childhood memory box, the brass key's true meaning, how he's been triggering her PTSD on purpose. Every breakdown recorded as evidence for a custody battle Robert's planning. Tyler's detached, clinical, almost coldly satisfied with what he's accomplished, weaponizing Victoria's love, isolating her, turning the entire neighborhood into unwitting accomplices. Thank you for being such a perfect weapon, Mr. Parker, he says. But the real fun hasn't even started yet. He even hints at plans for Julie, and suddenly this isn't just my nightmare. It's a blueprint for destroying anyone who gets in their way. That night, Julie and I gather every scrap of evidence, every recording, every document Tyler handed over, and we make our move. I go to Victoria, tell her everything. How Tyler and Robert manipulated us all, weaponized her trauma, orchestrated her downfall. We present the truth to the community, video, audio, files. The whole twisted operation laid bare. The aftermath is brutal. Police get involved. Robert faces charges for abuse and conspiracy. Tyler gets pulled into juvenile intervention. Victoria, for the first time, is seen as a survivor, not a villain. She opens her memory box in front of the community, reads her grandmother's letters about love and resilience, and plants a garden as a sign that healing is possible, even after systematic betrayal. 6 months later, I wave to Victoria from my own porch. Yeah, the right house this time, but I still check the locks twice before bed. Tyler got released last month. And yesterday, Julie found a brass key on our new doorstep with a note. Some lessons never end. A friend. You never really know what's going on behind closed doors, do you? So drop a comment. Have you ever been manipulated by someone you trusted? Where's the line between protection and control? Who's really the villain when the truth finally comes out? Hit that like button if this story twisted your brain a little, and stay sharp out there. You never know when you might be living in someone else's story.